Yeah? Wow. Well, I'm me. I've been around a while. Been coming here for years. And I want to talk to you about certain things. There's very serious things, and that's why I came down here. I think that it's my job to like inspire, well, whatever, try to explain where I'm coming from and where I'd like to go. So in the past, we built getaroom.com and No More Hotels and Livery Cab, which were early Uber, before Uber, early Airbnb, before Airbnb. Claim to fame in cryptos, we opened the first live cryptocurrency exchange in 2013 next to the New York stock market. We had Austin Alexander, Hamdan Azar, Alan Stevo. We had Alex Palanzas. We had Steve. We came down here, that was in 2013. Now we came down here in 2019, opened up the Miami Bitcoin Center with Erica Gemma and Scott Spiegel. And Mario Suarez cut the ribbon there. So I'm supposed to talk about Bitcoin versus other projects. Well, I don't think Bitcoin has anything to do with other projects, except for some of the technology. Other projects are projects. Bitcoin is the currency, and other projects are projects. Don't tell me, oh, your project's better than Bitcoin, all that shit, because Bitcoin's the currency. It's decentralized. You don't know who the owner is. They can't destroy it. It's decentralized. It has the most energy in the provability of it. So some people say Bitcoin is worthless and needs to be regulated. That's what the regulators are saying. And that's why they're making laws against it, regulating it, making our lives miserable, so they can keep people safe. Meanwhile, they're building the central bank digital currency. I don't know if you guys have digested that yet. So Ben Franklin said, if you trade your liberty for safety, you're not going to have either. In comes central bank digital currency. That's the Federal Reserve. Fought against the Federal Reserve for many years. Helped start and fuel the end the Fed movement. Helped Ron Paul on both of his presidential runs, and Rand Paul. And the CBDC. So if it's them against Bitcoin, I think it's CBDC against Bitcoin, right? We sat there, we built all their technology, we were the test bed, and now, we're adopting, we're gonna have CBDCs because your stuff is evil. I'm gonna show you evil. Panopticon, I'm calling it. The Panopticon is the jail where you could see, the prison guard could see into every cell. So the CBDC is going to follow us, is going to track us, is going to control our every movement. I call it like dolphin coin. They're going to want you to do a flip, and then you get to use your own money. The Fourth Amendment says that these guys can't go through our stuff. They can't go into our house and read our papers. Well, our papers is the information on our phones. You got accelerometers, you got face recognition, you got your emails, you got everything. We don't have papers at home anymore. So I think the Fourth Amendment is supposed to preserve the freedom that's in this phone. Dangerous CBDCs. The government's going to monitor everything, of course. They're going to take away our individuality by trying to make us act like each other, act like what they want. That's an AI image. So, let's say someone's running for office and he wants to boost the economy. And you have your life's worth stored in CBDCs because they have had made the dollar, the paper dollar, illegal or obsolete. You had to trade in between a certain day or else it won't have any value. So all your money is on a smart contract, on a government smart contract that you can't read, on a blockchain that you can't access. And they want to boost the economy because they're going to run for office soon. So they're going to say, you know what? 25% of everyone's worth has to be spent in the next 7 days, or it expires. That pops up on your phone. This is the future we're heading into. All your worth up to $100,000 is going to go down to zero in the next 7 days. Your store of value across time, which is supposed to be money, right? Money is supposed to be storing your work across time in something, gold, silver, something scarce, that's not controlled by anyone else, like Bitcoin. So if you want to say the other projects, again, forget the projects. I'm talking about the CBDCs, the only thing I'm thinking about that's against us. Data through oracles, like face recognition, gait recognition, your expressions. You're watching the State of the Union, and all of a sudden you start laughing. Your phone, an accelerometer, picks it up that you're laughing. They might freeze your money. Or say, hey, his interest rate on his car just went to 40%. It's going to happen immediately, programmatically. This is programmatic money. They're violating Fourth Amendment by watching. Censorship. Yeah, so the protocol is going to decide. You know, there's countries that they have social scoring, and they rolled out a test CBDC, and what's going to happen is they're going to match the two together, and it's going to be pretty simple. It's probably going to happen sooner than we think. These things are happening every day. I think it's our job to understand this and present it to everyone we know, because they didn't care, they didn't listen to you about how wonderful Bitcoin is, because maybe they don't go towards pleasure, but maybe they're gonna move away from pain. And the pain of this CBDC is incredible. So I think everyone in this audience has to understand that this is a call to arms. This is happening. I always see the future. Our dystopian future can be held back, but it's up to you guys. If I keep scaring you, maybe it'll sink in. Or maybe you're just non-player characters in some video game. I don't know. The money will not be inheritable. Yes, your CBDCs are going to be in your wallet that, you know, it's doxed up. They got your social security number. They got everything. And you're not going to be able to send it or leave it as an inheritance to your kids. So it's not really a store of value across time like money's supposed to be. Storing your work in the dollar is abusive relationship. I said that before, and now I'm saying storing your work in the CBDC is suicide. Suicide. I'm standing up here, I always stand up here, and I'm yapping it up, and I need someone, you know, someone to listen to me, you know? Help me. Help yourselves. Help yourselves. Let me help you. The central bankers are counterfeiters. Yeah, it was slow before. They had to print it. They had to get paint, ink. They had to get paper, cotton, all that stuff. The forklifts used to break down. The printing press used to break down. Now, they just tap on the keyboard and make more currency. Soon, it's all going to come out of smart contracts, or something that they call a smart contract. And it's going to be tied right to you, to the accelerometer in your phone, to the face recognition of your phone. This is a call to arms. If time's money, every time they print money, they're stealing time from you. Well, you know what? It's going to be much worse than that. It's going to be much, much worse than that. Soon. Every time, if you drive by a political rally against something, your money might get turned off. You're going to stay home. I got people in this industry, oh, I want a Lambo. I'm in this industry for a Lambo. Driving's going to probably become illegal on your own, so I don't know what you can do with that Lambo. You're not going to be allowed to drive. Oh, I want a house, big mansion. Then that mansion's going to be barracks for dozens, hundreds of people. You know, someone called me a little crazy when I said all this in 2019 in Canada. Meanwhile, a year later, when they're trapped in their houses up there, those people called me and said, hey, you were 100% right. How did you know? It only took a year. How did you know? I go, well, it's coming. How did I know? I didn't know it was going to happen that fast. I thought it was going to be like 8 years in the future, but it was 1 year in the future. So now, this is going to happen much faster. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, what do? We see this dystopian future that could happen if each and every one of you don't get involved. If each and every one of you don't understand and project and tell the world what's about to come. They didn't listen to Bitcoin, but you know what? Bitcoin's going to be the only cash. So the only place to actually store your value is going to be in Bitcoin. So it's them versus, no, us. Yeah, CBDCs versus Bitcoin. So I said this last time, I'm going to say it again. We need Thados. Thados is courage, fortitude, self-actualization, bravery, grit. When I was a kid, my mother, they beat me up on the playground all the time. That's why I'm so angry right now. But they beat me up on the playground, and one day, I beat up the bully and then the principal. My mother complained to the principal, why's my brother got a broken nose? Why is this? Why is that? He got cuts on his faces. What's happening out there? He said, oh, they're just kids playing on the playground. I said, well, he said, they're just kids playing on the playground. And then one day I beat up the bully, and he wanted to send me off on the short bus. And my mother went to the school, and she says, if I tell my brother what you say, you're not going to see the tomorrow, she said to the principal. She bluffed him because her brother died 15 years earlier. She didn't even have a brother. But my mother bluffed him, and I said to myself, oh, I'm looking. I said, my mother is threatening the principal, and she's lying to him, too. She's telling him about my uncle who's dead. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. She was a titan. A titan. And when I walked out of that room, she said, don't let anyone take your Thados. And I'm telling you guys, don't let anyone take your Thados. And we're depending on your Thados to spread the word. I know everyone's talking about, oh, my Web3 project, I'm this, I'm that, my coin's better than that guy's coin, and this guy's coin's better than that guy's coin. We're all in the same foxhole. We're all in the same foxhole. That's why I opened the Bitcoin Center, because I saw the future. I think everyone has to band together and realize that you have the power. The power is within you to change the world. I'm a nobody, but I kept breaking my ass until some form of reality set in. Many years, 20 years, 20 years, I was supporting candidates that were against the Federal Reserve. I thought I threw my life away at the end. I go, Nick, you're stupid, you're crazy, you're like chasing the Federal Reserve. No one cares, no one even understands what it is, right? All your candidates get smashed by the reporters a week and a half before the election, and they lose. And you threw your life away. You got no kids, you chased away everyone that loves you. You destroyed everything around you. You're an angry person. And then I found Bitcoin, and I said, finally, I have a weapon. I have a weapon against this tyranny that people aren't recognizing. So yeah, them versus Bitcoin, yes, that's what it is. I have a weapon. I don't have to live in a cage. Now they're going to build this digital cage that everyone is going to be trapped in. I'm not sure if you guys understand the gravity of this. It's up to each and every one of you, for your kids, your brother and sister's kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, all the way down to the rest of reality. As long as that may be for us as a species, that we have to control and and maintain the individual rights that have been bestowed upon us, not only by the U.S. Constitution, but by God as a creation of this world, that we have the ability to move forward in a way and change the world around us. We have an obligation to everyone who came before us. we have an obligation to make sure that this doesn't happen. I think you have it within you. You have it within you. My father said, I think that's my time's up, but my father said, Thirio, then yinisan, Thirio, then tros. That's some ancient Greek stuff. He said, a beast you will never become until you eat beasts. You have to eat beasts to become a beast. The Federal Reserve is a beast. The central bank digital currencies are here to destroy you and imprison you. Bitcoin versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin's here to liberate you as a human. That's all I got.